Our GForce pump shotgun. Now I'm at about, I don't know, I'm going to say 10 yards to the target, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a little function testing first. Just 2 3/4 shells, number 8 bird shot, low brass. I'm just going to pump some of these old shells through and fire into the hill. I'm not going to fire at a target or nothing. And just run some ammo through this gun. Make sure it's working right. So 4 in the mag, 1 in the chamber. Okay, let's see what we do there. Alright, went through pretty good, but let's try another time. Okay, so we're firing some standard loads here without a hitch. So the functioning's okay. Yeah, that got hot. So then we're going to move on to our specialty rounds here in the next shooting session. Our GForce pump. Now I'm going to shoot slugs, buckshot, buck and ball, and a foreign brand of buckshot to compare to the US. And hopefully the way this camera's angled, I can get in a way that you'll be able to see the results as we go. I'm going to start off first with Remington standard 1 ounce deer slugs. Taking a lot of game with this load. Just kind of a standard. Appears we're having some issues. Getting the shells to go in the mag. Wonder what that is. That one went in. That one don't want to go. Got to be a bad shell. Alright. So, let's start. I'm going to start with the first target there. See how we are in terms of accuracy. See if our crappy one changes. Alright. Well, let's see. Maybe I'll just zoom in for you. You can see where the slugs are hitting on the one way to the right. So Alright, next up, we're going to do US GI buckshot. That's what I was issued into service. Standard load for the military. It's a Winchester made load, 2 3/4. This thing, I don't know if the magazine, I'm having issues getting some of these shells in there. And it's not because of the plug. It seems to be catching on the mechanism that holds the shells in. Yep. Alright, let's see how many we got in that time. We're going to go to the next target with this. See if I can get that shell in there. And it does, but the mechanism's rough and sticking in the mag. That's not good for a pump shotgun. Alright, it appears that something in the magazine, a mechanism that catches and latches on, is getting kind of screwed up in there, which on a pump shotgun, okay, we'll take a zoom in at the target. And I tell you, see the wads, at this distance the wads are ripping the target apart. But that's pretty good, okay? That's pretty good grouping. That's effective ammunition. Really, for home defense, I don't think you need much else. And that military ammo is high quality stuff. Alright, I'm getting a bit old. I think I'm going to take a breather and then we'll run some more stuff out of this. Next up is that buck and ball load. What I'm going to do is shoot one down there and zoom in and show you how it looks, what we're actually shooting out of the gun. Now that's that from the left, third target over. It's hard to tell, but it looks like that ball went there and the 2 pellets or 3 pellets went off to the side or something. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to try to shoot 5 at that target and we'll take a look at it. But so far, it appears I have some issues down in the magazine area. Yep. Shells. Some load all right, some don't. I think there's something wrong with the mechanism. I have to look into this. Already, we haven't gotten that many rounds through this, and already we're having difficulty and problems with the action itself. Alright, this load, if you got questions about it, we'll talk. Now, this thing is devastating. Okay. And again, third from the left, that's in slugs or whatever at close range, that's a devastating cartridge. That tore up that. Of course, a lot of that too, the wad's tearing into the paper itself. But compared to the others, okay, the slug on one side, the slug's deadly out to 50, 100 yards, even with these short barrels. Okay, a slug, okay, you don't need no more than the standard 2 3/4 slug. Alright, the military buckshot, I think them wads tore them big holes in there, but it threw the shot fairly well. You have to remember, this gun's knocking me around. The buck and ball, okay, that was devastating. I have some of this Lambro hot buckshot, Noble Sport. It's kind of it's foreign made, kind of cheap, but it's just plain lead pellets. Okay, no buffering, no plating. It's inexpensive ammo, but we'll see how it works. And yes, getting the stuff in the mag is a pain. Alright, let's see what this stuff does. Well, it works. I'm going to say it's basically on par with the military shot patterns better, you know. But if you ain't got a ton of money and you're just shooting like watermelons or something, it'll probably do pretty good. As you can see here, that's the patterning on it all the way to the left. We kind of ran an assortment of things. We're having issues getting the shells into the mag. The mag has some issues which I'm going to have to take it apart and look at a little bit better. It's the mechanism. It's like the, I don't know. I have to look at it. Alright, so now I have some of these killer 3-inch Magnum shells. I only got 5 of them left. We're going to move back a distance. I'm not shooting these things that close. We're going to move back to maybe 30 yards or so and cut them loose next. I'm going to try to get this camera angle. We're back about 25 yards or so, okay, because I'm already getting wads bouncing back a little close. So what I have here, these things, Super X, triple-aught buckshot, 3-inch Magnums, okay, 3 3/4 dram loads. This is about as powerful as you could get. I bought 10 rounds of this stuff when I bought a Mossberg Cruiser. And needless to say, we could not shoot it in any shotguns. And my friend had an old pump shotgun with a 18-inch barrel, and we tried shooting it in that gun and we couldn't do it. These things are super powerful loads. So I'm going to try to get rid of the 5 of these. These things have been languishing for 30 years. Alright, we'll leave that one out. But here we go. This is going to test his gun out in terms of power and stuff. Oh, ain't that bad. Must have been a little nervous when I was younger. You know you're firing a gun, but it ain't as terrible as I remember. Alright, we got through that alright. I might go down and take a look at that. Try some of that other 3-inch mag that I have with this. These were the slugs. Standard Remington deer slug. Nice group. Okay, you could see where the wad hit. But, you know, and like I said, out of an 18-inch barrel, these things are lethal up to 100 yards. Okay, so 2 3/4 shell is more than enough. Alright, looking at our GI buckshot, pretty good performance. Okay, good grouping. Them big tears are from the wads because we're up close. And again, this is about, I'd say, 12, 13 yards. Pretty damn close, but it would be about what distance, the max distance you'd be shooting in your house. So, that government buckshot is pretty good. As compared to the El Cheapo brand buckshot right here, some off-the-wall brand, you notice it pattern spread out a little more, and I think that wad knocked that, it got weak and the wad knocked it through. Now the buck and ball, that is devastating. Them giant holes, and then I don't know, that's a couple bits, 2 or 3 double-aught buckshot behind it. Okay, that is a devastating load. That you can use in this shotgun for home defense, but you gotta remember, that's a 69 caliber ball flying out of there. It's like a musket ball. So that's pretty wild. Now, this target we're gonna leave up. This is our triple-aught buckshot, mag loads at about 25-30 yards. You know, I'm not gonna get close with these 3-inch mags because the wad's been bouncing back on me from these other ones. I'm going to leave this target up. I think I'll try the number 4 buckshot and buckshot in this pump gun. A couple rounds just to compare with the patterning at the same distance. And then we're going to call the testing for today good and do a review once we're home and look about repairs, and then probably bring it out again. Posted up a couple clean targets. I left the one with the triple-aught buckshot, which was 10 pellets in the 3-inch. And I have a few, I didn't get a lot of 3-inch mags, but this gun seems to be handling it alright. I have some Federals. Now this is number 4 buck. Okay. There's 41 pellets as compared to the 10 huge pellets, and a standard 2 3/4 has 9 double-aught bucks. 41 pellets. So number 4 might be something to think about for home defense. I'm going to go second. I left the slug target up. Now, let me see how this works here. Whoa. That was a lot tougher than I thought. I'll get the second one down there. Holy crap. Now I see why them semi-autos get screwed up. Yeah. Oof. Take a look. That was some powerful shit. Okay, now I know why these guns have issues. That's making my ears ring even with the hearing protection on. Well, forgot my earphones. So we're going to try two of these other mags I got. Okay, these are some Barnes ammunition. This is a 3-inch 12 gauge 15 pellet double-aught buckshot load. So it has 5 more pellets than the standard 2 3/4. And even at this distance, I looked at that, the wads are penetrating the press board. So these things, I don't know. I'll give my thoughts on it, but we'll try the next one down there. It wasn't that bad. And number 4 was tough. Yeah, I want to try these in the semi. So I ain't going to burn up all the 3-inch. This gun can handle it. But I'll discuss it later. You know. And yeah, the pins are moving. The pins that hold the trigger group in, they're kind of shifting around in there. But the stock's still together and that. So we'll do a real quick look at this when we get back to the house. Kind of do a after shooting report. Well, let's go down. We'll walk down, take a look at what the other 2 rounds did compared to the triple-aught buck load. Okay, on number 4 buckshot, smaller pellets. Okay, that was the 2 rounds at about 30 yards. Big spread. How lethal that would be. But if you look up there, that's where the wad shot through the damn press board. Okay, these rounds are brutal. Alright, then buckshot here. You got some here, there's some number 4s, 1, 2 number 4s. But the buckshot at that distance, spreading too wide. You got to be closer, but for me, I'm getting the wads bouncing back on the smaller loads there. And also at this distance, it must have spread and hit this other clean target here. We got a couple bits of the buckshot. This, the much better grouping with the old Winchester stuff at the same distance with triple-aught buck. So you see, it makes kind of a difference. Okay, you got that there. This double-aught buck did not hold together very well. And number 4, you're dusting everything with that. There's 41 pellets. That must have been all around, up high, low, the whole 9 yards. Okay, up close, these are lethal, horribly lethal rounds. Like at 10 yards, 12 yards. These 3-inch Magnums, you know, that's a lot of power. Kind of don't know if you really need that for home defense or shooting inside the house. You know. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for this, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll review some of the sticky issues I had with it and move on to the next gun.